I'll start by saying that there's not a work stand and a home stand and a church stand and a neighborhood stand. It's I am Stan, and I am a servant of God.
So excited to have Stan Bonilla, Vice President of Safeguard Self-Storage, somebody I'm lucky to call a friend, somebody who welcomed me so kindly and treated me so well coming into the self-storage industry on how faith fuels your business. And Stan, of course, I know a lot of the stories of how you are with your family and some of the things you've done in your personal life outside of business that really reflect how important your faith is to you. But I really want to ask you, how does your faith play a role in the day-to-day when you're working at Safeguard?
So first, thank you for having me, and thank you for the opportunity to talk about this, because it is the cornerstone of who I am. And I'll start by saying that there's not a work stand and a home stand and a church stand and a neighborhood stand. It's I am Stan, and I am a servant of God. Okay, that's where I begin my day. By grace, I've been called, and through faith in Christ, I've been able to live my life, and He's given us His Word to understand the truth from fiction and truth from lies. And that's a hard thing for people to hear sometimes, but it's what I believe. And the reason for all of it is for the glory of God. So that's the way I set myself up each morning. I remember where I am. I dedicate my day and whatever task I'm working on to the glory of God. That sounds, I know, a little bit old fashioned to a lot of people. And a lot of people don't quite understand that. And that's okay, because this is something between me and God. Okay. And that's my faith in God. So how do I play that out in real life? Well, first of all, I always think of the verses like Colossians, where it says, whatever you do for the glory of God. Whatever you lay, Ecclesiastes says, whatever you lay your hand on to do it with all of your might. And it's as when I'm doing something, God put me here at Safeguard, and I look at the path that brought me to where I am today. And I have complete faith that this is part of His greater plan. That His plan is already complete. It's already written. We're just living it out now. And I am exactly where I'm supposed to be doing. Hopefully I try to do exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. I don't always succeed at that. And that's the path of sanctification, right? We're justified through faith, but then the rest of the path to glorification is sanctification. That's living the life, imitation of Christ and God as best as I can through everything that I do. What does that mean? Helping others, being honest trading in dealing with people, and not just being fair to people, but helping people, and helping people, finding those opportunities and being attuned to those opportunities that God gives us to bring Him glory. So that's on my daily basis, that's what I try to do. And in my job, as taxing as it is, first, like I said, I understand that I'm here because God made me a steward over the things that He's given to me. They aren't mine. Whatever I have is passing on, right? My job is to take what He's given me and grow it. Any room I enter, I try to leave it a little bit better. Any task I begin, I try to add to it and be one of the first words I learned here at Safeguard is accretiveness. Let's be accretive to the portfolio. That's my job. I am the asset manager for Safeguard, and my job is to help grow the company. That's a gift that was given to me by God, and everything that I do for that, I know that I'm doing it to the service of God, not just to Safeguard, but to God first. And Safeguard is there, and Safeguard is absolutely wonderful. And part of my morning routine is my morning prayer. And I'm always praying for Safeguard, always praying for the leadership of Safeguard, and that God gives me the wisdom and discernment to guide us forward through what his plan already is and has already been designed. So how's that for a nutshell?
Dan Bonilla, I'm going to just say, you live this, and I've experienced it in the way you've helped me in the industry, right? At a time when I was brand new and I knew nothing, and we were doing a deal together. Unfortunately, the deal didn't work out through no fault of either of our own. It was a zoning issue. But just the way you helped me and the way you nurtured me at a time when, as I said, I was brand new in the industry. I didn't know what a cap rate was, right? I didn't know, what's an IRR. I knew none of that stuff. And I can just speak to the way that you act, that, your membership on the New York board and the time you commit to giving to the industry above and beyond anything that you're compensated for. So just want to thank you for that. I've been very lucky to be exposed to a bunch of folks like you that made me turn this light bulb on in the last year, where it was like, man, all the people I know who are the people who are the happiest, who are the most successful, and who treat other people the way that I would like to treat other people, have God as a big part of their lives. Want to thank you for leading that way. Want to thank you for being the person you are, and really thank you for coming on and sharing a story that, Jesus's last word to the disciples were go out and bring people to the church. And so to have the willingness to go out and speak freely about this subject, I think is so powerful. I want to thank you for taking the time to come and join me.
Yeah, and thank you for doing this. Thank you for giving a platform, because it's not something that I talk about. It's on a one-on-one, I'll talk about it. It's not something that, and it's a little bit of a challenge, because we're called to be salt and a light, and you don't put a light underneath a bowl, but you shine it, right? So that's always a little bit of challenge. And, I always think, well, God said that it's going to be hard. People will hate you for it. Right. And I got to say, we are blessed in America, because we have the freedom and we have the ability to speak our faith. And when you don't feel that hate and you don't feel that anger towards you, I kind of ask myself, am I doing it right? We were promised. God said that, that people will hate you for it and you're going to be persecuted for it. But there's not persecution in America for the most part, although there's some anger out there. And I thank God for it when I see it, because I know that people are doing their job, and you just have faith that much more. So thank you for giving this platform. And I continue to pray for you and everybody who watches this, that maybe they might see some light and have some questions that only God can answer.
And he's Stan Bonilla, Vice President, Safeguard, man of Christ, who I have so much respect for. Again, thanks so much for taking the time to join us. And I look forward to seeing you up in New York at the Investment Forum next week.
Can't wait.